I'd love to be the best in the world one day. Now I have the opportunity to play with some other players and kind of see everyone's changing around. There's some exciting partnerships I think that are going to come about. I'm just really excited for my future in pickleball.
I'm here with one of the biggest new names in the world of pro pickleball, Rachel Rohrabacher. Rachel is currently ranked number 4 in the world in doubles and number 8 in the world in mixed doubles. She's from Tampa, Florida, got her master's in social work from the University of South Carolina, where she was a top-ranked doubles tennis player and turned pro in 2023. She loves to play Apex Legends, drinks milk and honey lattes, and is currently engaged, and of course, is an incredible pickleball player.
Rohrabacher saves the point.
I'm sure you've been asked about your pickleball origin story a million times, so instead of going into that, I wanted to start with asking about a different origin story. You grew up participating in high-level gymnastics while also playing tennis, but when you turned 12, you had to make the tough decision to pick one sport and stick with it. While now, as tennis led to you playing pickleball, I'm sure it's easy to say it was a good decision to make, but I wanted to ask about, as a 12-year-old, how you dealt with making such a tough choice, and what or who made you feel like you had to make this decision.
Yeah, I really like that question because everyone does ask how you get started in pickleball. So this is I feel like this is a super important thing that maybe a lot of kids go through. But my parents couldn't afford to keep me in both high-level sports because, as we know, one high-level sport is a lot of money, a lot of time commitment and everything. And, being a dual athlete kid, it takes time away from one that you could have been perfecting in the other sport. So my parents kind of just sat me down and were like, look, we can't afford both. You have to make a decision. And I kind of make a joke that I said gymnastics and my dad was wrong answer. But I did truly love both. I don't really remember which one I chose, but I do know my parents really were pushing tennis just because it's a lifelong sport. Well, gymnastics, the longevity of an athlete, you can only do gymnastics for so long because it's just so tough on the body. I mean, those athletes are just taking so much pounding from the ground and stuff. So that's why my parents were pushing tennis, and also scholarship. There's a lot of scholarship opportunities. So they were investing in me so I could not have debt, also have a great career, potentially go pro after. And obviously, super grateful for the decision because it gave me pickleball. So, yeah.
So your introduction to pickleball came when your former junior tennis coach suggested you try pickleball. Do you think now, after dropping tennis, he regrets initially pushing you towards pickleball?
That he regrets it?
That he regrets pushing you towards pickleball since you left tennis?
Oh, no, I actually couldn't continue. He introduced it to me in 2019, so I was already graduated. I don't know how well I would have done, but I couldn't really continue doing professional tennis because I have a lot of back issues, and the constant twisting from the shots in tennis were wearing my back down. So I really physically could not continue playing at a high level. So when he did introduce me to pickleball, since it's more facing forward and more core, right. I'm able to play. And he definitely misses watching me play tennis, but I don't think he regrets it just because it wasn't I really left tennis for pickleball.
Right. Did you play some pro tennis after college?
And I played a little during a few tournaments, but here and there, but no, I didn't. Okay. Just went honestly straight to teaching tennis, and I took a break because I was really burnt out. But
when you first got into pickleball, was there a pro player that you tried to model your game after that you looked up to, or did you just say, I'm just going to create my own style and play like me?
I definitely did. I felt like Anna Bright and I had very similar games. So when I first got started, in 2023, when I started taking it seriously and going on the tour and stuff, I watched a lot of her because of her backhand. I feel like we have similar two-handed backhand and just combinations. And then as I got better, when I wanted to learn how to implement certain shots, then I started watching other people like Catherine Preno's down the line poke with her forehand, and just certain things like that. I watched what certain pros did best, and I wanted to try to add that in my game.
Yeah. You recently earned your master's in social work from the University of South Florida, and I've heard you hope to one day become a therapist. Does your experience in the social work field help you maintaining good partner relationships on and off the court? And if so, what skills do you use?
I think it absolutely helps, just I mean, it's interpersonal skills, right? Like learning how to be a therapist. And I'm definitely not therapizing my partners or anything like that. But I just know how to deal with certain situations, whether it be conflict or support. I feel like I know how to be there for someone without it affecting me. Because as a therapist, you can't let, your sessions and when you're speaking with someone, you can't let their issues and their things affect you, or else you're going to take it home with you. And that's a really hard life. So it taught me kind of how to not personalize things and help take care of someone else and not let it affect your game or anything.
So while I know your ambition was to become a therapist one day, with all the success and the opportunities for pro pickleball players, current and former, on and off the court, do you still see yourself wanting to become a therapist one day?
Yeah, I would love that. I mean, I don't know the longevity of my pickleball career. I don't want to stop anytime soon, but I would love to, work something out. Let's call Connor up and be like, hey, does the league need a therapist one day? I think that would be super cool to start as we get bigger and more serious. And we are already pretty serious, but as we continue to grow, I feel like it'd be important for them to add a mental health component. And I feel like it would be really cool for me to kind of spearhead that.
Yeah, absolutely. Over the past year, as many people would describe it, you glowed up on the Pro Pickleball Tour. So I'd love to know what helped spark this huge growth in your game and your success on the court.
Honestly, I'm super competitive. I really don't like to lose, and I just want to be the best I can be. I really live my career in like tennis and pickleball. Like I don't want to leave or be out of the sport thinking I could have done more. So I just really try hard to do look, if one day I'm injured or whenever I'm done, I want to look back and be like, I did everything I could have to be the best I could.
Yeah. What's next for you in your career? What's your vision? How do you want it to look when all said and done? What impact do you want to make on the pickleball world long term?
I mean, obviously the growth of it, everyone talks about the growth in community and everything, but I feel like that's just so beautiful about pickleball. It brings people together and it's a growing community. And I just am loving meeting so many people and seeing how it brings everyone together. And I just hope that I can help it grow, even if I'm playing or not playing. And, personally, I have my own personal goals. Like I'd love to be the best in the world one day. And I think, now I have the opportunity with certain things I have this year to play with some other players and kind of see everyone's changing around. So seeing how you mesh with other people. I definitely have some exciting partnerships I think that are going to come about. So I'm just really excited for my future in pickleball.
What is the one shot or part of your game that you feel you do differently or better than everybody else on tour?
Oh, that's a really good question. I feel like I'm very good at moving my dinks around. And I think a certain shot, I think my backhand dink's pretty good. And also reaching in on my forehand and my forehand speed up, I think are pretty high quality. But yeah, that's a good question.
Thank you. And then the last question I asked everybody I interview, simple, but take it in any direction you want. Why do you love pickleball?
I feel like I'm going to get repetitive here, but just the way people's faces and the way pickleball has changed people's lives, it's given them a sense of community, it's given them purpose, and it's just so beautiful to see a sport do that for people, and also to have the opportunity. It's exciting to get better at something so quickly and have the opportunity right now to maybe go pro and get involved in pro tournaments. And I just really love to how, the accessibility sometimes is a challenge, but how accessible the pros are to people, because it's just no other sport has that. And just to have that connection with the people who are supporting you, and it's just really special.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate your time. Thanks for sitting down.
Thank you. Appreciate it.